Hello, welcome gorgeous beings of light. This is Ma Ra coming to you from the spectacular south coast of New South Wales in Australia. So we'll just take a big breath in. Let it out with some sound. Help bring you back into the center of your being, into this moment. So when I set out today, I just wanted to drive along this gorgeous coastline, and I just had a feeling I wanted to find something that was ancient, really, really ancient, and I didn't know why. But then something happened along the way, as it always does, that brought to me the topic that I'm meant to be sharing with you today, and it is ancient. It's as old as the hills, or at least a few thousand years old. The really, really ancient stuff is much more precious than the stuff that we struggle with here on human earth at the moment. So I, while driving, I was stopped here actually, just eating something for lunch, looking out over another location that wasn't suitable. It was really beautiful, had a little island sticking out in the middle of the ocean, but with trees and everything on it, but there was just way too much traffic noise to have it be a beautiful video. And so I ate my lunch and then just kept driving till I found this spectacular place, and I don't even know where I am, but it's gorgeous. And it has that ancient feel that I was looking for you all. So, and then it just started to rain. So, but I'm not complaining about that. We all need the rain, and we've been praying for rain for the people here for quite some time. So as I was saying, I was driving here while I was stopped. Got some text messages, and I knew straight away then what I was going to talk about. I knew what the ancient connection was. So there's many people who, say, oh, love is the answer, love is the answer, love is the only way, in one mouthful. But in the next mouthful, they're talking about Satan, they're talking about their blocks, they're talking about, all the crap that's happening to them that is stopping them from stepping into their power, or all the people that are stopping them from stepping into their power. And I'm here to tell you that, sorry, I have to keep stopping to clean my windscreen so we can get a clear vision of that beautiful ocean that's happening out there at the moment. So I'm here to tell you that is all you. That is all just an excuse. I mean, there's people going, oh, there's a new world order and Satan's happening in the world, and all of that is your ego's way of diverting you from putting your energy into the infinite, powerful, gorgeous, sexy, radiant, powerful beyond measure being of light you already are. And so when we're doing that, when we do that, it just diverts it. It doesn't matter what it is. If you take 1000% responsibility for everything that happens in your life, even the so-called bad stuff and even the bad stuff that people are going, and look at that as an opening, as a doorway to lift you more into your light, more into the magnificence of who you are. Like a signpost that's saying, here, look here, look here. These are the places that you're not fully connected to your light. Not these are the places that you're blocked and that Satan's interfering with your life and blah, 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 blah. No. Where am I not fully connected to the light within myself? Where am I not fully connected to the God, Goddess within me, to the pure God source, to my divine I am presence? Where am I not using that in my life to make the most magnificent life ever for myself? And I can promise you, if you just begin to shift your focus, the problem is that 95% of people are spending 99% of their energy playing in their poop, going through the old stuff, searching for blocks, blaming other people. It was my mother, it was my father. These are the stories. Nobody is doing that to you right now, but you are continuing to do it to yourself each and every day. And I promise you, if you just stop that and begin to search for the light within you, begin to, no matter what's showing up on the outside, no matter what appears to be happening in your life, if you stop that, if you just ignore that, just know that what's showing up on the outside of your life now is a reflection of your internal thinking. So if you believe that Satan's doing all this crap in the world, then guess what? You're going to have examples of that show up in your life because you are a powerful being that's creating that. If you believe that you have blocks to money and love, then that's what's going to show up in your life. But if you changed your story, it takes about 6 weeks. If you just change your story, no matter what's showing up, no matter how many bills are piling up on the floor, if you start to go, I am rich and I'm abundant. I'm an infinite being of source line. And source is infinitely abundant. I can see that all around me. And if you begin to just repeat that or just go, no, I refuse to accept what's showing up, and move into the light. Move into the light. Use it as a doorway to step fully into your light. And you will begin to not only feel amazing as you begin to step into your light, you will begin to have lots of joy and bliss return to who you are. And you'll also have lots of peace, and flow begins to come back into your life when you're in touch with the infinite source that you are. And I know I've been banging on and on and on about you're not broken and you don't need fixing, but that's because it's the truth. And the truth is that if you show up in this moment fully as your pure God, Goddess within, and you stay fully connected to that pure God, Goddess within you, and search for who you truly are in that, then all of that other stuff begins to fade away. So I had a beautiful lady that came to see me on Friday for one of my one-day appointments, which I have on special at the moment, just so you know. They're normally $1,111, but I have them on special for $555. And if you're not here on the South Coast, I can do those by phone. We just have to, it's a 2-hour limit on my phone, so I have to just keep ringing you back. But other than that, we can certainly do that. And I do them all over the world by phone, so that's not a problem. But what I wanted to let you know is that this beautiful lady had begun. She'd been doing all the other stuff, going round and round the traps, trying to find out what's the matter with her, trying to move forward, and just basically getting stuck. And so she began listening to my recordings, my free recordings here on YouTube. I think she's been listening to the Divine I Am Presence one, she said, so I'm not sure if that's the one for Brad or the one we did a couple of months ago, but the one for Brad's got some really super duper powerful healing energy in it, because it was a healing one, and it was also the day that I had learned how to connect the fifth dimension to the Syrian energy in one breath, so it was pretty spectacular. And anyway, this gorgeous lady arrived at 10, and by the time we stopped for lunch about 2:30, she was already fully connected to her Divine I Am Presence, and she could feel that in her being. And then we had a bite to eat and spent another hour and a half working with her soul and bringing her into the full light of who she was. And she was just in a state of bliss. And the next day, she sent me a text that night saying that she could not even give me words to express what she felt had happened to her. And then the next day she wrote back saying that she felt energized and really connected to her light. That's all it takes. That's all it takes is a commitment to find your light within. All it takes is a commitment to find your light within and shift that focus. Just in this case, we did it for about 5-6 hours, but we shifted that focus from what's wrong with her just into finding the light, just into what is it that she really wants to achieve in her life. And within 6 hours, she was there. Now, I can do that because I've already done that in my life. I know not everyone can hold that space. Certainly, if you're still believing people are broken and they need fixing, then that's the space that you're creating for your clients as well. But I can tell you that one of the greatest gifts I give people, and one of the greatest gifts you can give anyone, is to focus your energy on holding a space for them of being totally healed or totally abundant or totally full of love and life and joy and bliss and fully connected to their Divine I Am Presence and their pure God source within them. Because that light will dissolve even the most evil, as people call it, of energies that people think are around, or the most horrible stuff that's there. And then people go, what about the people who rape people? What about the people who do that? Yep, there's those people in the world. But you can step out of the matrix. You can step, and as you step out of the matrix, that stuff doesn't happen in your world anymore. And it begins, and your light begins to help contribute to dissolve that stuff that's going on anyway. But while you're still banging on about, you know, you're broken and you need fixing, or all the evil or all the darkness or whatever in the world, you are contributing to that problem, because your energy, instead of being focused on your magnificent light that can heal and change the world, is actually focused on that darkness. It's actually focused on that darkness. So until all of us, well, we don't need all of us. We need about 50% of us, and it's not even that now. I think it's like, they used to think it was 51% and it would switch over, but really it's about 10% of the world to be enlightened. Fully enlightened, and the world would just switch up to that higher awakening that we're all working so desperately towards. So, all right, I hope that this quickie's got a little bit longer, because I have to keep stopping the recording and cleaning my windscreen so you can see that gorgeous view and not just rain pouring down. So let's just take a moment to call forth all of our magnificence, all of our pure God source energy, all of our guides and angels. And if you don't know how to do that, ask God to help. And if you don't have any money, for God's sake, just pick one of my recordings and listen to it for 28 days and see what shows up in your life. Just see what shows up in your life. I had a friend of mine who just recently got given an 18-month contract at work that she'd been looking for some time. So friend, client, whatever. After a while, if you stay with me long enough, you become my friend as well as my client. So, yeah, look, anything's possible. And I can just tell you hundreds of stories of miracles that showed up for people. They didn't even have it set as a goal. They didn't, even if they'd been asked to set it as a goal, they would have had no clue of even asking for that goal. So just hang in there. Hang in there, connect to your light. Bring forth the magnificence of who you truly are and take that out into the world. If you don't know how to do that, there's tons of free stuff here. What people don't understand is the people that pay me $555 for an appointment, $1,111 for an appointment, or $20,000 or $30,000 or $10,000 for an appointment get exactly the same energy as what you're getting on my free YouTube channel. I don't go, oh, this is free, so we'll just chop off my energy. So it's there for you to take advantage of if you want to, if you have limited funds, or if you don't want to spend money with me. But there's no excuse for you not to take responsibility for your life. Okay, gorgeous beings of light. I hope that's helpful. Love, love, love. My deepest love and richest blessings to you all. Namaste, and have a spectacular day and week. And bye for now.